Welcome to the Pretty Powerful Podcast. I'm your host, your girl, Kendall T. Johnson, better known as Kendall the Master Stylist. Welcome back to the Pretty Powerful Podcast. I have an amazing guest here on today. Listen, let me just give you a little history and just what she has done thus far in and out of the beauty industry. So my next guest, Lakeisha Michelle, is she's a hairstylist. She is a vocalist. She is a musician. She's a teacher. She's an educator. She's a motivator. She is a world-renowned everything. You know, the Bible says be all things to all men. Well, she is that, right? And I can remember times in my life where I didn't know if I was going to make it. You know, times in my life when I relocated from Texas to Florida, and I just didn't know what was about to happen with my life. I remember her writing a song called Think Like a Success. And that song actually played a huge part in who I became today. So, without further ado, my girl, Miss Lakeisha Michelle.
Wow. I did not know. I know you like the song.
Ooh,
Wow, that's cool. Wow, that's really cool. I'm honored to be
I
here.
almost got a little emotional.
Wow. Girl, you and me both, we done came a long way, ain't it? Thank you for that.
I almost got a little emotional because I remember sitting in my car and I decided I was going to sing that song. You know, I don't know how to sing, but, you know, I can hold a tune. And I sung it, just a little part of it. And I think I sent it to you or I put it on social media. I don't remember.
You always used to, I saw you tag it. It always made me, at the right time, I saw you tagging it. And it reminded me, like, don't sleep on the words that I've sung. Because even when I did Life on Fire, you came to something I had. This is years ago. Remember my cousin Barry? And I mean, it was just like, you've always supported my music. And so I've always thought that was really cool because, you know, we co-led our hair stuff. But the other things that we're growing, I mean, in the right moments, you were always on my timeline encouraging my music. So thank you, sis.
Wow. So let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Let's do it.
To when I actually first encountered you.
How? I don't even know how.
It was 2014. I was actually getting ready to move to Florida from Texarkana.
Okay.
And I attended a class here. I think it was you, it was Miss Stephanie, and you were more so, you were a hairstylist, but you weren't teaching skill set. You were more so doing the personal development, the mindset part of the class. And that's when I first encountered Lakeisha Michelle, and I just kept following.
Yeah.
And so it was that moment. I want to say you talked about, it was something about the frog. What's the book? The book?
My favorite book in the world. Everybody listen to me. Thank me later. Get that book. Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog. I should get paid for this book at this point in my life, but it is a gift that has never stopped giving. And I don't gatekeep. So I'm like, that book was pivotal. My brokest moment, my lowest moment. I had just got out of an abusive relationship. I was dating some dude I ain't like. He paid my bills, but I ain't like him. I was like, dang, I gotta leave this dude. So I gotta make some money. And I remember I got my license, but his money wasn't my money. So I needed to figure out how am I going to survive, you know, because I got an eviction notice too. So because I was done, I was like, this how I knew I wasn't no gold digger. I like nice things, but I ain't no gold digger, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop taking stuff from him because I'm about to break up with him. So I needed my rent money. And I found that book just Googling how to be successful. And at that point I said, Kendall, I can't get no lower than this. And I'm gonna do everything this book said. I did every single thing that book said. It all worked.
Wow.
That book is wired in me. I've read that book 100,000 times. It's wired in me. Get the book.
Wow.
But yeah,
that's how I first saw you. And so just to kind of bring everybody, up to today, like, can you just tell us who you are? You've done some incredible things in the beauty industry, but even more incredible outside of the beauty industry. So just kind of bring us full circle as to who Lakeisha Michelle is, what does she do, and what is she up to today?
Well, so like you said, we both hairdressers. I've been doing hair since I was 12. So I was told hair was not a career. My mom always said it's going to tear your body up. You're going to get some type of disease from the chemicals. Like, I had that whole storyline. But I was always either singing or doing hair. And I was like, man, I need to get a job. So I started doing hair, and I fumbled into it because I was always doing hair in the kitchen. And I was working. It's so funny, Kendall, this place I used to work at a place called Regis. And I was on the phones and I was miserable. And I was like, there's got to be something else, because the front desk, I was only getting like $13 an hour or something like that. And so I went to beauty school, got out of that crazy abusive relationship. And when I got in beauty school, that's when it really was a mirror for me. I had a bad attitude. I had a bad, I didn't even know it, because I'm positive, but you could be positive and negative at the same time. So I was that girl. Like, I thought I didn't need no makeup, which I don't believe nobody needs makeup. I'm just saying, I was in beauty school with attitude, like, I only need chapstick. And I had this stank attitude. And I was broke and I was angry, and I didn't even know what post-traumatic stress was. So that's really what started my journey with personal development, because here's what I don't like, Kendall. I don't like feeling bad inside my heart.
Right.
I don't function well because I'm naturally a happy person. So if I feel depressed or bad, I'm going to figure it out. And so that began my journey in beauty school. And I didn't know, working on me while I was in school, that everybody around me started transforming. And Eat the Frog was actually the book I read every Wednesday to the school. I was just so excited about what I was reading, I just shared it with them. And so the director at the school was watching me the whole time. And so it's like, you never know who's watching you. She believed in me. And I didn't have what my grandma said, you ain't got a pot to piss in. I didn't have anything, but I was like, this has to work.
And how old were you then?
20.
20.
I was getting abused from 18, 19, 20. I was still scared to like drive. I was still going through so much chaos. I didn't know that you have like all the panic and all the disorders, but I just channeled it into like, I have to be successful. So like, even on that song, you like, it's like that song, I meant those words. Like, let me look at who's successful and, try to model what they're doing. So got done with beauty school, and I was a different person. I went in broken, depressed, didn't even know it till somebody showed me a picture of myself, because I was losing myself in the bottle too. And I ain't call it that. I was just like, I like to have a good time. So somebody, I'll never forget, Brianna, she does makeup today. Brianna Mishak. And she literally showed me a picture of myself, and I looked like a crackhead. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm the type of person, I look in the mirror, I'm like, you look sick.
Wow.
And so I was like, I don't want to be like this. And I started just researching how to be successful. And that transformation made the beauty school director nominate me for the contest with Matrix. I was done with beauty school, trying, okay, what I'm going to do now, start dating some guy. And no shade to him if you ever see this. He's a great guy. He's a great, amazing man. But he was in a cover band, and he was in a 6-figure cover band. So that was also new, because a lot of musicians I knew was broke. So you making $10,000, $20,000 a month doing covers. So also that helped me kind of calm down and figure out which way I wanted to go. But the contest really put me in a position to where I got to see the whole beauty industry. Yeah. And I didn't even want to, I hadn't been hanging with mixed, cultures. My mama always put me in mixed environments with different, races and stuff. But at that point in my life, I was just with Black folk.
Yeah.
And my director was like, I'm nominating you for this. I need you to fill this out. And I looked at it, and it said spread the love. And I said, what kind of freaky stuff is that? I don't know. What is spread the love? What y'all spreading? So I was like, And I said, let me just do it, because I love her. I respect her. I honor her to this day. Leah, I love you. So I did the contest. Long story short, it was hundreds of people that qualified. And they flew in 20 out of the hundreds of the United States. And then from those people, they picked 6. and I was one of the six. And I will never forget that. The reason I ended up applying for it is when I looked it up, L'Oreal owns Matrix. And at the time, J-Lo was on the commercial. So, I was like, okay, right. So I was like, J-Lo. So I went. They flew me out. I got there was like red carpet. When I got there, they had champagne. I said, oh, I'm in the right place.
Right.
So I literally was like, this is my people.
So is that how you got into education?
That's how I got into it.
Wow.
So that contest, little did I know, I had started blogging my beauty school experience. Y'all, start whatever you feel like you should start. My camera's blurry. This stuff's still on the internet. You can Google it. My camera was blurry. My hair was nappy. I was like, how y'all doing today? My name is Keisha. It was very country. But I just felt like I was supposed to be sharing my experience because once I started transforming with the personal development, I was like, why didn't nobody tell me that I could be 60? Why is this not? So I wanted to share it.
Yeah.
So I feel like at my core, who Lakeisha Michelle is like my gift is empowerment. That is something that God blessed me with. And so it doesn't matter what I touch. That's why I have to sit on my hands. Because if it's something you ain't supposed to touch, it's going to blow. I have to be very careful now. But that was the journey. It was like I did the contest. I didn't even know they wanted us to blog for the company. In exchange, they was giving us, this is balling back then, baby. I was getting 5 G's a month. What? $5,000? And all I got to do is talk on the camera, which I do. And I was already doing it. And one of the guys pulled me to the side. He said, we chose you because you're already doing he already told me. He told me before they picked he was like, we love you. We already been following your blog. Wow. I had a little blogger.com and was putting blurry videos in beauty school. Before I got out of school, I said, if I get out of here and still be broke, I'm going to be mad at myself. Wow. So
you got out of school.
Got out of school.
And you did something that, listen, I've tried to do this so many times.
What, girl?
God just keep bringing me back to the beauty industry. Bringing me back. I've tried to retire. So you did the inevitable. You retired from behind the chair at a very early age.
Yeah.
Now, how? Okay, so you did the Matrix thing.
So Matrix showed me the entire industry, and I had older white women walking up to me at Orlando, ABS. These are hair shows. They were walking up to me and they were saying, like, it was a lot of people, like, because I was the only black girl.
Yeah.
And people say it's not about race. It's not, but it is about cultural background, your upbringing. I got placed, little country girl got placed in the middle of L'Oreal. I was behind the scenes with Sam Villa, Nicholas French, Amin Carver, Nick Stem. I know all of them. Yeah. Like, they love me. And it was only me. It was nobody like me. And you know what the difference, because I'm a worker, which is something I believe that we have naturally. I look at you today, I look at you back then. We go to work. And most people don't want to work. If you broke, go to work. Anyway, so I went in that environment and got to see everything. Most people only see their
one
view.
Side.
I was at the place where they make if you go to CVS and you look in the black hair section, I went to the place where they make all of that. I saw all the brand. We worked at Cosmoprof. We did the education. We got trained by the educators on how to be an educator. I did everything. Name something in the industry. Yeah. So that let me know 360, that's what I was getting paid to blog about. So they took me behind the scenes. So when I got done, I knew I don't have to just be a hairdresser. And it confirmed what was in me. I'm not just a hairdresser, even though I love doing hair.
Because hair is what we do.
Come on, somebody.
It's not who we are.
It's a vehicle.
It is so much more to the core of who I am to who you are
100%.
outside of hair. And people like to box us in. I've dealt with this in so many different sectors, amongst other, when you get into the motivational speaking realm, oh, that's just Kendall, she's just a hairstylist. No, they didn't really respect me as a speaker because I was well known as a hairstylist. And so, once I realized hair is what I do, it's a gift. It's not who I am.
Come on, somebody.
That's when I really, really started to really dig deep into this personal development. So you were so you moved to Cali.
Yeah, so this is how I got to Cali.
Okay.
So Matrix showed me what's possible. Came back home, made 6 figures. I had nobody in my family make, it was not a thing. So that's when I realized, and everything was coming from the internet. Yeah. And my mom, rest in heaven, mama, because she is resting in heaven. She was always obsessed with the internet. And so I always said casually, I'm going to make my money from the internet. That's just what I always knew. I didn't know how. And so I made a bunch of money. All I did, Kendall, was shop. I had so many shoes. All I did, I shopped and gave it away.
Really?
I'm scared to even really try to calculate over the years how much money I was giving away. So I say that to say that's what landed me into, like, if I don't do this now, it's never going to happen, because where I'm positioned, my environment, the people that I'm around, I love y'all, but we doing the same thing, different year. So I moved to LA. I actually was making so much money. You can look at my tax returns, have high income, but Kendall, I'll never forget, on my birthday, I want to say I was 24, 25. And I remember I had clocked like, $10,000. And I had spent like 11,000 and some change. I said, well, how you
spend more money than what you brought in?
I didn't understand. So I was angry on my birthday. I said, I'm not celebrating. And I just knew a pit in my stomach. I'm getting out of Dallas. I love Dallas. I'm back in Dallas because I love Texas. I think Texas is, baby, you're going to get a bang for your buck. I love it here.
What they say, clock it?
Girl, my little cousin taught me this. I said, girl, I don't know how to do it. So I moved to California to really breathe and give myself the space to learn the internet for real. Because I dabbled on it. To this day, people call me from the internet to get their hair done. So I understood YouTube.
To this day.
I promise you,
That's
to this
crazy.
day. I get calls every week. Hey, I'm trying to get an appointment in Dallas and LA. So if y'all ain't on YouTube, what are you doing? But so that's what made me go to California. And I knew if my gift always will make room for me. So I don't sleep on my gifts, but I put my gifts in the right place. And because the people around me didn't understand that I was multifaceted, I needed to just get away. And I always wanted to be by the water. I'm a water girl. So I said, you know what? I'm going out there. Soon as I made in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, I went to a motivational event with Lisa Nichols.
Listen. Let me stop you right there. Because I was getting to that. Lisa Nichols is one of my favorite people in whole wide world.
I haven't
I always
introduced you
say
to
one
her.
day I'm going to get one
I
day.
didn't introduce Kendall.
No.
Okay.
What are you waiting on?
I thought I did.
So she is one of my... So let me tell you how I found Lisa.
Tell me, girl.
So back in 2010, 11...
Okay.
I was searching for purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had, by then, like 5 years out of high school, I had already conquered everything that I set out to do. So it's like, what the heck do you do? If you conquer all your dreams and goals in 5 years, then what? I still felt empty. I had bags, cars, clothes, whatever I wanted. I was making the money at an early age,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so it's like, once you do all that, it's like, okay, now what? I still feel empty.
People don't
so
get
I started
that.
asking God certain questions. Like, who am I? It's got to be more to my life than just working to pay bills. And when I started asking that, I came across Oprah. Now, at this point, Oprah still was having her talk show. And she's another favorite, like one of my most favorite people in the whole wide world.
Who don't love Oprah?
And so I ran across Oprah on her show, and she was interviewing the cast of The Secret. 3 people. 2 people really stuck out, but 3 people stuck out to me. It was Lisa Nichols, it was Bob Proctor, and Michael Beckwith. Those 3.
Wow.
And Lisa Nichols instantly became one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And then I saw you. Okay, so you moved to Cali.
Yes.
And you went to a motivational...
And guess who used to book me to sing at their church? Guess who church I was singing at? Michael Beckwith. I didn't even know who he was. Someone else just loved my songs. Like, it was like, they was like, Lakeisha, you need to go sing at this place. I'm like, who? And I went there, babe. I was there on the service. So it's funny because I found her, I saw The Secret, but I didn't know what they were talking about. So y'all grew up holiness. Baby, you can't wear no lipstick. You can't wear nothing. You can't do nothing. So I was like, I don't know what's happening here, but I did resonate with her. And I was doing hair in Dallas, and somebody asked me to do her makeup because I do makeup too. So somebody asked me to do her makeup, and I said no because I had my run with celebrities, and I was tired of doing celebrities wear your time out. You know what I'm saying? And when you making your own money, they either gonna pay the amount or you're gonna be running around taking pictures, and if the pictures don't monetize properly, it's a waste of my energy, my peace. So I was like, no, I'm pretty much okay with celebrities. I can claim that celebrity title, but it's not that big deal for me.
Right.
So my friend just kept saying, Keisha, I'm telling you, go do her makeup. And I'm like, so I looked her up. And then I was like, oh, I hope she's not gonna be a diva. But that's how we met. So I went in there that day. We literally was connected from day one. And she was like, if you come on. She was going to Essence Festival. She needed help. It was a crazy day. She was getting ready to speak. I didn't know anything. I didn't see her enough to know all of what she'd done. And so I just saw, when I saw her heart. I felt her. I was like, this lady is dope. She like my auntie or something. Like, you know. So I cleared my whole day. I had a whole bunch of clients. I cleared my whole day because I saw she needed stuff. I grew up where we just serve. So I started serving. And she grabbed my hand and was like, what you doing for the rest of the day? And I had a hope. I said, nothing. Babe, I cleared my schedule. And that day we never separated.
Oh,
I could FaceTime her, right? Like we literally tight, you know? So when she told me, she was like, if you ever come to California, it was just all these little seeds along the way. And so when my lease was up in 2014, I said, I'm finna go. I had spent all my money. Kendall, I had $600. $600 was my rent. So I had 3 months. And my rent was $600 a month. And I got 3 months rent. I packed everything up. I sold my stuff on Craigslist. And I said, I'm going to go to LA and I know how to do hair. One thing you can do is place me anywhere in the world. I've been all over the world. Absolutely. Baby, hair going to make me some dough. So I'm not worried about that. And I'm the type of person, like, I literally used to get lost in LA on purpose and just find the black beauty supplies. That's how I found people. It was that simple. Do my hair, put on an apron, go say, hey, I do hair, you want to do? That's how I did it. But point being, I got to LA. I gave myself permission to do a little hair here and there, but also let me try this music, which is how I started singing at the church and other places. And I use my other giftings because Kendall, I love video. I went to school for broadcasting. So I use my video skills to teach Lisa's community how to do blogging. Because at that point, I was blogging like this, using my phone.
Remember. Yep.
So I secured a contract for $2,000 a month. My rent was only $600. So I just lowered my expenses, sold everything, moved to LA so I had space to figure out how to make money online. So that is what happened. I mean, I'm speeding it up.
That's how you retired from behind the chair.
Well, I did my first webinar on Google Meets or whatever it was back then. And I was teaching the hairdressers. I just figured, let me figure out how to get paid for what I know. Lisa actually told me, you'll always be behind that chair if you don't learn how to get paid for what you know. And I was like, how am I going to do it? Like, what am I going to use? And, you know, for example, we've always been empowering type people. I wanted to get paid for that because I'm with the empowerment speaker. But the truth is I didn't have enough receipts for people to see me as that. Yeah. And Lisa actually taught me something that has always stuck with me. Teach people who you are. She said, because I kept saying, them hairdressers don't want to learn nothing. I'm telling you, I have consistently got an attitude check. And I realized, girl, you got a bad attitude. Like, it's not that they don't want to learn. You've only taught them you do hair. Yeah. So give the space, even if it take 3 months, 6 months, a year, give space and show them that you're an educator in a different way. And so I started going live. I was going live and nobody was on there. But I just started teaching what I was seeing, hearing, and still doing hair. I kept my day job. Yeah. Absolutely. And so, because once I got in LA, I was like, this money is cool, but I want to ball out. Yeah. Once you get to LA, you want to ball out. Listen. And I'm not here for the everybody kept saying you're going to be broke. I know how to make money. So I went right, and I had literally within 6 months, I just started putting back my YouTube videos up. And so I had hair money, plus I had the video contracts, plus I was shaking and moving with Lisa. And then I started so that security helped me also just play with the information world. And so I said, I'm going to do a webinar. 2014, I did a webinar. I think I made like $700 from my webinar. And then I overthought everything for another year. So in 2015, I said, I'm going to do it. Because I started hanging with I got diverse in my relationships. I wasn't hanging with nobody that looked like me. I was hanging with a lady. She was like, I'm just so broke. I was like, girl, what's wrong? We on a yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean. She was like, because I get invited everywhere. She was like, I got $700,000. Girl, I got $7,000 in the bank.
Right.
She talking about 700.
And she was broke.
And she was crying. And I'm in them mother like, we two different type of people.
Right.
So I just put myself in those environments. I always got invited because I'm not trying to be funny. Y'all better use y'all gifts. I can sing. Who will bust a note to get in the door? That's how I was with, I don't know if you ever heard of Vision Leklani. He's Mind Valley. Have you ever heard of Mind Valley?
I have.
Yeah, Vision is the owner. Love my voice.
Wow.
Sung my way right up in there. You can't even get on them things if you're not making millions of dollars and da-da-da-da. Waltz right in with a little 1-2. You know, because Lisa opened up so many doors for me. She is not a gatekeeper at all. Like,
even with Act Like a Success.
she walked me into that. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah. I was there when they made the deal.
Wow.
And she said, this is what she did. She called me one day before the deal was ever done. She said, hey, because we go to Essence Festival every year. And she said, hey, I'm going to be with Steve Harvey. If you coming, I ain't saying nothing, but I'm saying. That's literally how she said it. It was a 2-second phone call. And what I learned when coaches and mentors, I'm a coach mentor. You know how we believe in coaching and mentoring. Being coached, we just believe in that. So she said, I ain't saying nothing, but I'm saying something. And so I said, okay. So I didn't know if I was going to see him. She said, I can't even promise you that, but I'm going to be with him. So if you're going to be with me, maybe you'll get in front of him. And so that's all I need to hear. I went immediately and...
Did you make the song up on the spot or how? Because he was
so what happened was...
releasing the book, right?
He was released. So Lisa was helping him. She helped launch him into the motivational space. Okay. So Lisa, people don't understand. Lisa Nichols, she always laughs at me because I get all touchy because I'm like, she's not just a motivational speaker. That is a $100 million businesswoman. She crafts businesses. So my business savvy, heavy comes from her. She taught me so much. So, because I turned down money so I would wake up before her, go to bed after her, put her shoes on her feet, lotion, do her hair, do her makeup, get her dressed so I could be in the room of every meeting and every deal. So I could see all the mistakes. So that deal that they did, that's how I got in. I made the song not knowing I would ever see him. So I made the song before I knew him. And one day we were in, and she had to go meet with him, but it was like, Steve Harvey. There's a gang of people around him. It is like meeting the Godfather. I mean, he is like, baby, got the people around him. So I was like, we were going up with him, and then everybody said we had to get out. So I was like, I'm on my way, walking down the hall. I'm like, I ain't Steve Harvey. Girl, they was like, everyone go back down. I was like, so I get on the elevator. I'm on the elevator with his manager. He said, and he saw me singing for free. At another event. Now, don't call me for that today. But I earned my payment today.
Absolutely.
But during that time, nobody understood why they didn't have a budget for motivational singing. Now everybody doing it. So he told me one day I'm gonna have you sing, and I said, I got a song for Steve Harvey right now on the elevator. He said, what you talking about? He wasn't even studying me. You could tell he said it on accident. You know how people be saying stuff they don't mean it. He was like, what you mean? I said, if you want to be successful,
come on,
let me tell you what to do. See how the great ones did it? Yeah. It's your turn to jump. You might get knocked down. He stopped. He was like, and the elevator got down. I was loud too. So, and we was in like the bougiest place. Steve Harvey had the whole top floor. That place was just insane. The elevator got to where we was going. He said, close the elevator. Close the elevator. Went back up.
Oh my God. And that's the part I saw.
The gifts make room for you.
Yeah.
Long story short, I learned how to get paid for what I know. And that is how I was able to serve, because Lisa Nichols has tried to pay me 1 million times. I don't say, what? Girl, but like, you know, now we have things where we do business deals and stuff like that. But during that season of my life, I'm like, I don't want your money, lady. And she used to laugh at me. She used to get so irritated with me because she's like, Lakeisha, let me pay you. No. Because I want to be in these rooms. And so that is really what getting paid for what you know. Lisa's not my only mentor. I learned from Pat Flynn. I learned from my boy Life on Fire. Like we literally were friends. He saw me singing. He loves Lisa Nichols. That's a person on his bucket list. So he saw me singing, and then he asked me to write a song for his business. I had paid for coaching though. Yeah. So I was in his coaching camp. Then he asked me to write a song, wrote the song. People loved it. I performed it at the event. Also, I did what he said in the coaching program. Yeah. And so he was like, he should just start doing coaching one-on-one to accelerate. So I did one-on-one coaching. I made like $9,000 in 30 days from one-on-one coaching.
Listen. People don't know. I probably have spent well over 6 figures in just coaching.
You and me both.
You know, and I remember calling you, I think it was like 2016. No. I didn't call you. You DM'd me. You said, girl, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't you teaching courses?
Yeah, any hairdresser I see.
What are you doing?
Because I don't understand. Y'all have better numbers than I do. That's why I always tell people, generally speaking, my brain don't work like that. So like, if somebody has more followers, etc. And one thing I learned in LA, everybody got followers and everybody know how to monetize. I'm not into, I just like making money. Yeah. So I'm not, it's like, what's the conversion behind the scenes?
Exactly.
And so for me, I was able to move to LA, have no money
I
and go
remember that.
back to making 10, 20, 30, $40,000.
So you know what you told me when we start coaching?
What?
You was like, girl, sell everything. I said, wait a minute. Girl, sell everything. Girl, I sold everything. Girl, I ride a bike. I did.
Everybody thought I was crazy
I'm
too.
like, girl, first of all, honey, I have a lifestyle to keep up, honey. Secondly, I got a little girl. I got it ain't just me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't just sell everything and ride a bike. I wasn't gonna do that. But even fast forward to moving to Dallas, that
it's the
it
strategy.
changed my life because, you know, before I moved here, I'm driving a $120,000 car. You know, bills. I'm like you say, you made
who knows
10,
how much
you spend 11.
Yeah.
So on a larger scale, that was my life when I said I was moving here. But what I did is I sold my car. Paid cash for a car. I drive a little cash car now. You know, people see
Give me some, girl.
It's like they don't. It don't care. The car don't match, but it do. Right? And so now I understand how to become untethered. I became untethered to the things of this world so that I could really get in a headspace. Not, okay, no, I'm no longer working to pay bills. I don't have none.
I can chill.
And I can chill out. I can go, you know, relax on the beaches of the world and, you know, do this podcast now.
And
you know,
chill.
and just do whatever purposeful that I want to do.
That's it.
And so thank you
Amen.
for sowing that seed years ago. It is just now starting to sprout up. How to become untethered to all the brands and the bags and the shoes. I got it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
It does nothing for me.
Yeah.
You know, internally. Those things do nothing
It's
for me.
vanity metrics.
So thank you so much
You're
for just
welcome.
being obedient, being who you are,
Amen.
and just being a willing vessel to pour into other people.
Thanks, sis.
You don't know that, but you have really played an intricate part in who I became today. So thank you so much.
Wow, that's crazy. Amen. Listen, and I feel like, to your point, it's what God is doing with both of us, you know, our different timelines. And I think it's actually more people than the social media shows. You know, we got to be willing to take off and strip down any and everything so we can be all that we see in our mind.
Absolutely.
Or else you're just going to go nuts.
Absolutely. So if you could leave anything to an up-and-coming hairstylist or a hairstylist like me who is, you know, 1 foot in and 1 foot in retirement.
Yeah.
What would you say
Okay.
to someone that's full throttle behind the chair, but they know that it's more.
Okay.
They have more purpose than just styling hair. What would you say to them?
Okay, so first of all, you're not just a hairstylist. You are you. You're who God created you to be. He gave us giftings for different seasons. And so we honor every gift and we pray. I pray. I don't know what y'all pray to. I pray to Jesus Christ, okay? But I actually just said, okay, Lord, you gave me all of this. It can get overwhelming if I don't strategize. And so I would say go to God with strategy or for strategy and ask him to show you who you are. And then when he shows you who you are, believe him. And then give yourself space and time to understand how the thing that you see works. I learned the business model of hair. And then I learned the business model of the information world. And then I started saying, well, let me try with what's in my hand. So I took the information of hair and then I turned it into education online. And that I worked my salon chair and I figured out the numbers. What's the number that allows me to leave this chair without stress? Then once my internet business started making that kind of money, then when I was consistent at it, I comfortably shut my salon down. I did my internet stuff. And then from there, everything grew because I made enough noise. People started asking, what are you doing? That grew my educational business. That gave me space to just refresh, be with my mom before she transitioned. That gave me space. So understand business models, pray about everything, and know your numbers. You got to know your numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having
So how can
me.
people find you? What's your social media?
Everything Lakeisha Michelle, LakeishaMichelle.com. I'm multifaceted, so when you go there, you just see what I have for the moment. I do a lot of different launches and offers. Got business events coming up. It's teaching you how to monetize your voice. So if you want to learn how to monetize your voice in books, podcasts, not this type of podcast, but learning how to, I teach people how to sell, like go from this to just selling the actual audio lessons and things like that. I'm showing you how to package your voice and do just what I just talked about. So I got Oklahoma, Nashville. We got all kind of cities coming up. LakeishaMichelle.com. Thanks for having me, sis. I'm proud of you.
Love it so much.
Love you too.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on next time.